Good evening, Knights. This is Ella Plotnick, a senior at BK from Salt and Light Radio with tonight's pregame segment. Tonight, we'll get to know your senior running back and varsity team captain, Tylan Kaschmitter. Hi, Ty.
Hey, Ella.
Let's start off by talking some football. When did you start playing football?
I've been playing football my entire life. I always grew up with a football in my hands because my dad played football and he was in love with the game, so I just kind of grew up around it.
What do you typically enjoy most about the game?
I just enjoy, during the games, the energy and, the student section. It's just a lot of fun, and you can just feel the happiness. And
do you have a highlight from your BK football career? Or favorite team memory?
My favorite team memory is probably we all went to a public pool as, a team bonding experience, and we were all chanting for Coach Q to do a belly flop, and he did, and it was one of the funniest moments.
Was this summer?
Yeah, it was.
Now, how do you mentally prepare yourself before stepping on the field?
The whole team has some things that we do. We go into the weight room and we have, people give speeches and stuff. And then right before the game, Parker does a speech. It's the day-by-day chant, and it just gets you hyped and it gets you ready for the game.
Is there any faith involved? Do you guys pray before?
Yeah, we pray the Hail Mary, and each year you choose a different Bible passage. And, yeah.
That's beautiful. Now for a fun one. If you were able to be granted one wish, what would it be and why?
My wish would probably be to just relive the moment of winning that state championship game that we won last year. We were all just watching the field goal and just waiting for it. We were up by 3, so if it would have went in, we would have went into overtime. And so everyone's hearts were just beating. And then when we watched he missed, it was just so happy, and everyone was just running onto the field.
That's wonderful. All right, let's talk faith. How do you tend to use faith on the field? Does it have any influence on you as a player?
It definitely does. I'm not baptized or any part of any church, but before every game, I kneel down and I pray in the name of the Father and Son. And I just pray that, he keeps me safe, everything goes okay. Injuries always scary, and it's something I always think about.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's talk leadership for a moment. As one of the varsity team captains, what does the role of captain mean to you?
To me, it just means I got to keep everyone accountable. For at practice and someone's just having an off day, talking to them, telling them they'll be okay, and then it's going to be all right. And then if they're slacking off or doing slow and I know they can do better, get behind them and make them pick it up.
That's wonderful. All right, a few more to reflect on. Who has been your biggest inspiration in life and why?
My biggest inspiration has probably been my grandpa, Coach Parker, especially in football, because coming in, football wasn't my favorite sport, basketball was, and he turned me into a DN, and I had never played DN. I played nose guard, and DN was a lot more fun, it was for fast dudes who are big, and I was also playing lineman at the time, so when he switched me to DN and I was still playing line, it was a big difference for me. And then he talked to me about playing running back, and then that's when I found out what I love to do.
Tonight is a very special episode remembering BK's beloved varsity coach, Coach Jack Parker, who also was Ty's grandfather. Coach Parker shared his knowledge and love of the game with all BK students, making them better athletes every single day. He also helped every player become the better versions of themselves on and off the field. Can you tell us just a little bit more about your grandpa and how he influenced you and especially the team?
He influenced me a lot. We would always, go and do things together. So that was really fun. When I was going to school in Emmett, he would drive an hour to pick me up each way. During the moment, it didn't seem like a lot. Now that I look back, an hour each way, that's 2 hours. That's a long ways to go just to pick me up. And then as for the team, his linemen, he would give them treats after every single practice. I don't know if he was trying to make them bigger or what, but, everyone loved it, and it was just a great tradition he had.
That's beautiful. What are some of the lessons that Coach Parker taught you, both on and off the field?
He taught me to really pay attention, Sometimes, when you're standing on the sidelines, I like to talk to my friends, and kind of not pay attention. But if you ever saw that, he would definitely get behind me, and he would chew me out. And kind of now I always pay attention so I don't miss anything.
Are there any funny memories with your grandpa that stand out, especially during your football journey?
Yeah, there's a lot of funny moments. There's times he could have gotten hurt. We were doing our 8th grade football camp, and me and someone else were blocking him, and we accidentally pushed him over. And he's a big guy, and he took the fall, but he was completely fine. And then I've also seen times where people are running full speed and they've ran into him, and he just took that. It was a little funny. I'm glad he didn't get hurt because that would have sucked. But.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And to close out tonight's segment, what piece of advice would you give your millions of listeners right now?
I would just give everyone, like, keep everyone accountable. You usually know what people are capable of and try to hold them to that higher standard so they can really get to where they should be.
I ask all the listeners out there to continue to keep Coach Parker and his family in your prayers. A special thanks to our guest, senior running back and varsity team captain Tylan Kaschmitter. God bless, and don't forget to tune in next Friday night to hear from our next star player.